welcome to graduation week for many of these puppies at No Bones About It Puppy Day School. So here today I have Louie and Kona and Luke, and then we also have graduating or graduated Jessie and Junebug. So big group of pups that have all finished in the same period of time, and I have these guys all here together today because I just want to go over some parting thoughts for all of you. The first of which is that the goal of this program is to lay a solid training foundation for puppies and entering into adolescent. It is by no means meant to be the end of your training journey. Really, the way I look at it, in a perfect world, we would have training continue on through, in some degree, adolescence. Oh, hi, who is that? So that could be a year and a half, it could be 2 years, whether that means that you intermittently do a class to kind of keep you up, working. I equate it to this. Everybody says they're going to do training at home, but it's sort of like exercising. It's like you're a little bit more motivated if you have to show up every week and you are accountable. So if you feel like you're somebody who could kind of continue on and challenge yourself, great. If not, I would recommend trying to do, a 6-week class here and there. It doesn't even have to be, what I would call straight up like, obedience training. I don't love that word, but it could be agility. It could be scent work. It could be something, some other athletic game. There's all kinds of classes that are out there that don't necessarily center on teaching the basics. These guys actually do know the basics. They know, sit, they know down, they know go to your place. They have the beginnings of leave it. They have the beginnings of their leash manners. And, oh, excuse me. That's the corner of my bench. They have a solid foundation for recall. So that's just my push to want to keep you kind of in the game with these guys. The next thing that I want you to think about is continuing, we're all busy. Everybody's got a gazillion things going on. But I've tried to really hit home with you over the past 4 or 6 weeks, depending on how long you've been here, the importance of just sprinkling in your training all the time, every day. And that shouldn't require more effort or time. What it should require is, or what it does require, is that you just get in the habit of doing several repetitions of things every time you have an interaction with your puppy. If you could only pick 2 or 3 things that you were going to continue to focus on, in my book, it would be main game, it would be your hand targeting. Go to your place is great because it really builds on a solid down, but that's more convenience. Name game will build on your recall, your come cue. So you're, calling your puppy when they're successful. You're always having lots and lots of, hi, good job. Always having lots and lots of praise for that. So those are the things we still need to work on that with you, don't we? So with Kona, building on, having a leash on. If you've still got puppy that likes to jump, doing lots of rewarding at ground level, so puppy focuses way more on the ground than upward. So those are the things I really want you to focus on moving forward. And then we'll do a little individual recap for each of these guys, so you can kind of see where they are with all their skills. All right? So we'll see you in a few minutes. There you go. Okay, so our final week, we are here. Pop, pop, pop. We are here with Kona, and we are on a little out and about field trip. We are going to be practicing some of these skills that we've been working on for the past 6 weeks. You need to keep in mind that anytime you take, I call it like take the show on the road. Anytime you take your show on the road, you need to go back to super basic versions of skills that the dog might really be better at in a confined environment. So we're going to practice because there's such high levels of distraction. We're going to do two things. We're going to increase our how frequently we're treating, okay, our rate of reward, and we're going to make things as easy as we can so that this dog can be successful. So we know that Kona gets super excited when he sees other people. So we're going to work on, hi, what's that? We're going to work on just stepping on our leash, doing some treating as the distractions go by. Okay, so we were we had a pretty good distance between those boys that were just running, and I probably should have really picked up how quickly I was treating so that I didn't get that barking, because I want to keep that dog sort of what we call sub-threshold, before that point where I kind of lose their ability to focus. So again, you saw, I talked to you about this the other day, really important that when I'm practicing, I'm stepping on a leash so I don't get any jumping up whatsoever, because I don't want to have to react to that because it's so reinforcing for the dog. So I've got some more people coming in here running, so we're going to do a couple different things. I'm going to get a little closer. Kona. I'm going to step on my leash. I'm going to think about a couple different things. Touch. Kona. Kona. Touch. Yes. Touch. 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 Yes. Good job. Very good. Very so good. Up, 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 up. Oh, we got the humans. We got the dogs. Good job. Good job. Up, up, up. Yes. Very nice. Now, this isn't to say that I don't want my dog to be able to visit other humans or look at other dogs or any of that. However, I also want to work really hard on having my puppy think that barking and lunging out after other dogs is okay. I want them to know that if I give them permission to do that, that's cool. But again, hi, what's going on? Touch. Yes. Touch. 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 So I'm doing lots of active movement to keep the dog focused around all these distractions. I could do a go find it. Go find it. Go find it. Good job. You're doing so great. I'm so impressed. Good job. Yes. So he looked. I let him glance over there, and then he didn't bark, so I said yes, and he got treated. Kona! Yes. Good. So when you go out and about, I don't necessarily need, nor do I expect you to spend the entire time working on training behaviors. But it's a great way to be reinforcing what are the behaviors that I really want from you. I want you to be out and about and not be reactive and bark every time you see a human. I want you to be able to say hi to somebody and not be jumping on them. So take an opportunity when it's not crazy. I can get them to sit, step on the leash, practice your timing so that you know what to do when things start happening and distractions get closer to your dog, so you can be prepared. It doesn't work very well to wait until you've really lost their focus. Meaning, if I had gone and let Kona start barking at everybody and got really riled up and was jumping all over the place, it's much harder to kind of rein them in and ask for good behavior after the fact. So I always, when I'm out and about, I'm kind of anticipating what's happening in the dog's environment and trying to be proactive and get good behaviors. Okay, you want to go sniff? Go sniff. Go and get those good behaviors ahead of the massive distractions. And again, we've talked a lot about leash walking and keeping your puppy close to you, but letting them just sniff and be a puppy and do all these things is super, super important also. So don't forget to allow them lots of time when you're out and about to do that, okay? So Kona's done a great job over the 6 weeks. We're super proud of him, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Take care.